Eric, what's the competition been like in the defensive backfield now?
It's just like any other room here. Like we all I know we all fight for it. I know DJ, Tyree, Tyson, Speed. We all trying to fight for a corner position just to be out there.
Did Chubb really stick his arm in your lane? I think that's what everybody's.
Oh yes, like okay. So then of course I can see that y'all seen the picture and all that. So we running, we going down. I mean, of course, I'm just a freshman, so I'm happy to be there. But so we running, we going down, and towards the end, I got a terrible start. So I'm catching back up to him and all this, and then that thing I know, he threw his arm out in my lane, and I'm only $160 at the time. So I was like, I know for a fact if his arm hit me, I'm finna fall out of this lane. So I just slowed down and let him beat me.
That's the story.
Was that the state meet?
Yes, sir.
It was. Okay.
State meet.
He won it.
He came in 5th. I came in 6th. So hey, I was just happy to be there.
He did fill up the lane a little bit more than the average sprinter did.
Yes, like I mean, I walked up beside him. I was like, God, like this is a big boy. And then imagine just running against him. I mean, especially running next to him. I was like, oh man, this is huge. Like he's huge.
You know who he was though? I mean, like, did he have a reputation at that time as a football player?
Oh yeah, like, cause I remember like from like the day one of the state meet, like people was like, oh my God, that's the UGA running back, 5-star, all this and all that. And I hear a big name, I was like, oh God, like, ooh, I'm trying to get where he at. And then finally, like I'm next to him in a lane, and he jumped up. I didn't see none of this until like I got tagged on it later on that night in the sports center. All this, I was like, oh God, I didn't know he actually jumped up that high beside me. And then so it was crazy.
So when you look at the unit of defensive backs, I mean, what type of challenge is there for you and Tyson to kind of replace what DeAndre Baker had? I mean, I know it's hard to replace, right?
Yes, I mean, like DeAndre Baker is a hard person to replace because he knew it. I mean, like he knew his thing. He had the technique. Again, he did not give up a touchdown in 2 years, so that's really hard to replace. But I know me, Tyson, DJ, Tyree, Speed, all of us, we just trying to do anything to help us as a unit.
Is it more about that? Let me help.
And then, and then a guy that you go against in practice a good bit, that's Bennett. I mean, what do you see from him out there? And I know people call him the mailman. Do you think he lives under that to the nickname?
Oh yes, of course. Like I know with Stetson, bro, you can never lay off your high horse. Like Stetson can put it on the money. He can put on a dime. He can blow it any type of way. Stetson is one of a lifetime quarterback, and I love that he's here with us.
We've heard a lot of stuff about havoc plays this year, and Coach Smart I'd never heard havoc plays before this year. I don't know if you had, but he was talking about the secondary. He feels like because of the type of players they have in the secondary, you guys can play a little bit more aggressive up front. Is that manifesting itself in the way you guys are approaching practice every day, you know, creating havoc plays?
Yes, sir. I mean, like, we want to win 20% of the down, like, pretty much. So we want PBUs, tackle for loss, sacks, interceptions, all that. Like, I know we want everything. And then we love, like, I know as a unit, we want the more pressure. So then, look, we can put the D-line, linebackers, just let them do them, and we can control the back end.
How's that going? I know they keep tabs of everything around here. Are you guys seeing an increase in that regard?
Oh yes, sir. Like I know that we keep a track of it every day. I mean, like, of course you have it ups, and then after that, of course you have it downs. But hey, we gonna keep going after it.
So why do you call Stetson a one-in-a-lifetime quarterback?
Once in a lifetime, because to be that size and to be able to do the things that he can do is really unbelievable.
A lot of guys come here and they're not saying they can't play right off the bat, but a lot of times they're coming in because the depth is so deep. How important is that, or how beneficial is that for a guy that's coming in, may have to sit and watch for a little bit to learn?
I mean, like, it's great because, like, that's what I did my freshman year. Like, I came in, I actually redshirted, so I sat back, I learned from Malcolm, Dom, especially Bake and all them, so I sat back, learned from them, just learned everything, take it in, and it was really, really helpful for me, as y'all can see from my second year to where I was able to blossom as a player because I used some of the things that they taught me.
What can you tell us about DJ Daniel and Tariq Stevens?
Oh man, they are two competitors. Like I'm not gonna lie, like they love going at it. They I know for a fact if they get beat, they come back mad. They all this like I mean like I just love having them out there with us because like I just need somebody that I know for a fact if he get beat, he get messed up. He got that I know he got a competitive nature to where I know for a fact that next play he finna give it all he got.
Who's impressed you in the receiving corps? I know that's an area where Kirby's throwing a lot of guys against the wall, maybe see who sticks. Anybody jumped out? Any newcomers or anybody having a great spring?
Of course, Matt Landers, Matt, we all, I know we all knew what type of person Matt was and all that. So I love to see the type of things that Matt doing now, because Matt is a person that's really hard to, he give you problems flat out as a DB.
Kirby said last year there were a lot more big plays coming out of the receivers. He's not sure if it's because the receivers have lost some players or the DBs have stepped up. But just how competitive has it been this spring, maybe since then compared to a year ago?
This spring, everybody, nobody's job is safe. So everybody out there giving it all they got, and they want a spot to play on Saturday night. So spring ball this year is really amped up because everybody is fighting for that one position.
We saw you make plays last year. How much do you think your own experience gives you an advantage? Obviously, you're not going to be overconfident, but the fact that you were on SEC fields making plays a year ago, how much does that help you in the competition that you're in right now?
I really don't think it helped me at all because I can still come out here and make mistakes, and Tyreek, Tyson, Speed, all them can easily be improving. And after that, I know for a fact if I stay the same, they can easily come past me. So I'm trying to stay humble. I'm trying to keep my heads in the books and all. I'm not gonna let up.
What is one thing you kind of improved on from last season going into spring practice? Because I know you said the job is up in the air all the time. But what is one thing you feel like you improved in?
I'm trying to improve on my deep ball because I know for a fact that I struggle with deep balls and all this. So then I know lately I've been trying to turn my head more, trying to track the ball and all this stuff, so I can end up with hopefully more picks this year.
What's the adjustment been like going to Coach Warren? I'm sorry you've already been asked that.
Oh no, I haven't been asked, but Coach Warren, he's a technician, so I love it. He get your feet right, he get your eyes right. He's want everything. He want the little things right, and so far I've been fell in love with the process.
Eric, you recognized more on campus now after a year of starting?
Nah, I'm still the same. I'm still the same little person that I was. Nobody still don't know me, and I love it. I just love staying low key.
So people don't recognize you on campus?
Nah.
The starting quarterback at UG?
No sir, and I'm happy.
What are the characteristics of Charles? I know he was Mr. Intensity at Air Force and all that. Does that fit him? Is he pretty hyped up?
Oh yes, of course. I know for a fact that he love working with us. He want us to be the best that we can be. So that he pushing us the hardest of the hardest, because he know for a fact that we have we have a lot of talent in that room and all this. So he's just pushing us.
How's that compare to Mel Tucker's style? Just in terms of, I know they're both great coaches, but just in terms of the style, is one more vocal than the other, or one more up? I guess tougher on you? Or?
I say the new Coach Rand. He's more hands on. He's more he's moving around with us. He's doing a lot of more little hands on type of things that Coach Tucker did. So it pretty much like you said. They both great coaches in their own ways. You just gotta take it for the both.
Does he match Kirby's intensity? Because I still hear Kirby out there. I got to think for you guys with both of those guys. Is it ever quiet out there? Or?
Oh no, I like it being and like that, because I know for the moment when they stop yelling at me, when they stop getting on to me, that means that I have done something bad. So I just love being coached, and I just love them being.
I was going to ask you about the Tom Izzo thing, Eric. I don't know if you saw the basketball where the basketball coach got in a player's face and was challenging him. As an athlete, how do you respond to that? And were you surprised that some people were taken aback by that?
I was surprised, but then again, just growing up, I done got used to being coached. I done got used to being yelled at, being coaches being in my face and all this stuff. So then I know that you just got to take it. You can't take the tone of it. You just got to take the message of it, because I know for a fact that they just want the best for you. So then after that, you should start worrying when they're not saying anything to you. So that's the big issue.
What does it do? Does it raise the adrenaline? Does it raise the awareness? Obviously, if they could just quietly ask you politely, they would do that. But what is a coach getting more verbal and loud? What does that do for an athlete in terms of getting you focused?
It pretty much shows that the coach really cares about you, and that he wants the best for you. And after that, if he's calmly coming up to you, talking to you, and all that, and some people will take it as basically for granted. So then I love a coach that loves getting me and doing the best for me. So I also love getting I mean, I'm not trying to get yelled at, but hey, man, if it happened, it pretty much happens.
How big of a challenge is it playing secondary without DeAndre Baker this year? For the fans, there's the assumption, oh, that was the #1 cornerback. That's going to be the first-round pick, and now you may slide over, and you may be in that #1 cornerback role. I guess how true is that, and what does the secondary feel like with Baker not there anymore?
It feels the same because, like, even when we found out that he wasn't playing the Sugar Bowl, we still had time then to prepare for it. So that we had the same pretty much DB core as we ended up last year. So I mean, like, we all still feel the same. We all still got the same goal in mind. So we're not letting nothing stop us.
How much of a leader do you feel like you are to that group right now because of the experience that you do have?
I mean, I'm just trying to be the best role model I can for them. Because, like, even, like, I know that I might know a little bit more than them, so I'm just trying to be able to coach them, be able to try to help them out, and just trying to, like, basically, like, I'm not trying to get them yelled at as much like I did, because, like, I'm just trying to keep the pressure off of them, just hopefully, like, they pick it up.
How much did that Missouri game mean for you? I mean, you came off the bench and it looked like you were like glue. And while we didn't see a lot of you till later, it was like that game, I mean, to the outside, it looked like a defining moment. Did it feel like for you that day?
That game meant a lot because it boosted up my confidence for the rest of the year because, like, it let me know that I could actually play. Because, like, this is my first time actually playing in a big moment. I'm actually out there in the first quarter, not, like, towards the end. So it actually boosted my confidence going throughout the season. So that game really helped me out a lot.
And when Kirby talks about the havoc in the front seven, how much is that going to help the secondary if there's more pressure versus maybe last year where there was a more conservative scheme with less pressures, I would say?
It helps out back end because you know for a fact the ball got to come out quicker. So that means that if you get hands-on from the start and all this, the routes cannot be that long. It cannot be that and all that. So more havoc in up front help us on the back end.
2 more questions.
We were talking about that race at the beginning of this interview. So who do you think the fastest on the team is now?
Oh, man, that's a good one. I'm not finna lie. It's out of food.
Give us the starting grid. Just give us the 5 guys on the starting grid for this race.
Okay. I got to go with me, Tyson, of course, D-Rob, of course. We got Tyler Simmons. I can't forget about that. That's 4, right? Who can I sneak in?
Fastest newcomer.
Fastest newcomer? I got to go with Tyree Stevenson. He can roll. He can roll to be a newcomer. He can move.
One more question here.
And then, you and Tyson kind of started, with each other last season, taking over that other cornerback position opposite of Baker. What if you guys, like, how much competitiveness is there within you two guys, and what does that kind of do for you, just going forward, that competitive spirit from both of you guys?
Oh, it's only making us better because we know for a fact that we want the best for each other. So then he pushing me, I'm pushing him. If basically, if he do something wrong, I'm getting on him. And after that, if I do something wrong, he's getting on to me. And after that, if we do great, hey man, we both are there celebrating. We both doing all this, so that it's only making us better.